Told me about an Angola brand that you
yes.
took to the UK.
I did, yes.
Tell us about that. Adley, you made this happen.
Thank you very much for inviting me in.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for
You're
the
welcome.
inspiration, the backing. So you saw this young lady trying to do something in Africa.
I did.
You sent a message and said, I'm going to come and support you. And true to your word, you didn't say it, you did it. And you said, listen, I've been doing, setting up the franchise fire in different continents, and it's nothing that I can't do to support you here. And now you're here live in Lagos.
I am, and I'm grateful for the invite.
Thank you. So tell us, why do we need the franchise discovery workshop? And of course, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Adley from Prestige Franchising based in the UK. Semi-retired. I've been in the franchise industry for over 30 years. I fell in love with franchising in 1995, pure accident, but it changed my life. The reason I came to West Africa, especially Nigeria, that over the last 50 years in the UK, I noticed that the talent, whether it's doctor, engineer, scientist, comes to Europe, especially UK, USA, to master his knowledge, create his own brand, and comes back, bring his talent to his home country. The difference in here that is not affordable to every talent, and Nigeria especially, full of talent. I met them in many shows, I spoke to many talented people, and I decided to bring the talent to them. To whoever can't afford to go abroad. So I brought some European brands to Nigeria so we can learn from the best. I brought some experts with me, Brother Norman, he will introduce himself later, to bring in the expertise, to bring in the operation manuals, to bring in the know-how. Once the local talent masters that, it's a lot of talented people out there.
Yes.
They don't know what to do. We're going to show them how it's done and practice it as well, and ride on the wagon and see how it's done, build their confidence, create their operation manual, and we get them going locally and hopefully internationally.
Thank you. You know, you're actually African.
Northern Africa.
Northern African.
Yeah.
So this is how our agenda aligned, to build our continent, right? You told me about an Angola brand that you took to the UK.
I did, yes.
Tell us about that.
Dopanto is the name of the brand. A very entrepreneurial young man. Started at the age of 14, feeding his family after his dad passed away. Flipped burger in a very minute grill. Without even affording to buy the fryer to fry chips. He was just flipping burgers, put them in the bun, and sending them away, selling them to feed his family. Proudly, this young man now, he's in mid-30s, he's got a drive-through and he's got 12 other. By 2023, when I met him, he had 12 outlets and one drive-through. Desperately wanted to bring the talent to international. I introduced him to the franchise show in UK. We had a stand and I managed to sell him the master franchise and get him 2 franchisees. Because of his enthusiasm, because of his pricing was affordable, and because of the concept was twisted. It wasn't just a standard burger. Now, Bradley, speaking to him 2 days ago, and he might join us tomorrow.
Yes.
Bradley has 30 units, 2 drive-throughs, and hopefully he'll be here to tell his story himself tomorrow.
I'm so excited about this particular story because it tells us it's possible.
Very
One of the
much.
things I started in the conversation of franchising in the African market is to first break the bias that it is only a standard country that can create a franchise that goes global. And now you've actually created our major sample. Obviously, you know, South Africans have brands abroad, but it seemed like it was a South African story, but it's now an African story.
It is.
And in the franchise discovery workshop, which we plan to do a series, right?
Yes,
in different parts of Africa,
Yes,
is to wake up our founders to the fact that their brand can start the standardization story and then go into
Very
the
true.
international markets. And obviously, when you want to go somewhere, go with someone who's been there. And you've been there, you've been to the shows, you've transformed the brands, you've gotten them master franchises. And sometimes I tell you, when you're speaking to some people, I say, Adley, take baby steps, because we didn't even understand what's the master franchise, what's the multi-unit, what's the franchise owner. And these are some of the things that you need to let us know, so we have the capacity to trade our brands.
Which
Is
for
that
the
correct?
next 2 days, that's what exactly we're doing. And we're going to ask the help from the governmental offices, whether the Industry of Commerce or the local banks or the local angel investors. We need the big boys to help the small boys. I'm after the local young talent, take him nationally and internationally.
Thank you so much for being here. Over the next 3 days, it's going to be amazing.
Thank you very
Africa
much.
will be impacted, Nigeria at the beginning.
Thank
you
you
so
time.
much.
Thank you.
And so we're going to invite Newman to join the conversation now, before we have our directing conversation from this podcast. Thank you so much.